guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shatoka, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. So today I wanted to get into my Chicago Frocktails content. So if you guys hadn't saw, I had spoke about wanting to do a series on my process to making my Frocktails outfit. So I want to go ahead and get started with some of my brainstorming, my inspiration, and a little bit about Frocktails. So if you're interested to see this content, go ahead and stick around. So what is Frocktails? So Frocktails is an event that is like a social event that is put together so that makers, sewers can come together in their me-made items and have some cocktails. I started first seeing things about Frocktails when I saw a New York City vlog about it, and that theme then was 70s, and I would have loved to go into something like that, but ever since then, it's been on my radar, and this will be my first one. It's actually the first Chicago Frocktails. Atlanta just had theirs. I believe that's like the second or third last weekend, like May 4th, and so ours is going to be June 8th, and I'm so excited to make my garment for that. So for our thing for Chicago Frocktails, it's going to be blues era. So the blues era encompasses so much. So we have several decades to choose from. But as for me, I'm going full glam. I just feel like what better time to do this? It's not as if, well, I don't usually have a bunch of like maybe formal, events to attend. So I'm like, you know what? This is my opportunity to make a full glam gown, and I'm so excited about it. I do actually have a few patterns in mind that I'm thinking about that I'm going to show you guys here in my video. But I did first pull my inspiration from Pinterest. I love the internet. Once I went to Pinterest, I ended up landing on an inspirational person, a designer. I have a few pictures. I'll be loading those in this video so you guys can see my inspiration. And once I did that, then I just started Googling things. I also put her name inside Instagram, and I found more inspiration, and so I'm really excited. So I'm gonna show you guys, like I said, the patterns that I'm thinking about in making the dress, but all the dresses are pretty much like the same style. I'm just torn on like what type of fabric. So again, it's gonna be a series. I'm gonna take you guys along with me to go find my fabric as well. So for me, again, I found my inspiration on Pinterest, and I landed on a blues cabaret singer named Joyce Bryant, and I was not familiar, but she kept coming up in like the blues era, and I just was looking at fashion, so I saw like Dorothy Dandridge, Dion Carroll, but I saw Joyce Bryant, and she is absolutely beautiful. She is a dark-skinned woman, and I loved her look. I loved her gowns. And so when I started to save some of the pins, I was more interested in seeing as well who designed those gowns. And she worked with one fashion designer in particular who gave her her signature look, and that designer is Zelda Wynn Valdez. If you guys don't know who she is, Google, go on Instagram, find out who she is, but so much information on her. She was like a pioneer in the fashion industry at that time, and she is most notably known for designing the original Playboy Bunny costume. So really, really rich history there. So that got me so much more excited, because I'm like, oh my gosh, this like trendsetter, this staple in fashion design. I'm going to make a gown that is like a tribute, because literally like two of the dresses that I'm leaning towards, I want to recreate them like almost to a T, but maybe a little bit of variations, but they are inspirational to me. So if I'm able to find like fabrics that are very similar, I'm definitely going to go and lean towards that. So Miss Bryant actually lived such a long life. She was also like a civil rights activist, and she was just a trailblazer. She also did get like banned from a few things because they said that her look was like too sultry, and she was coined the bronze bombshell. So absolutely beautiful. Again, I'll be loading some pictures so you guys can see. But she passed away in 2022. So she was born in 1927. So she lived a long life. I am really a fan of the mermaid style dress, and so Zelda, she was really known for that. And also with Joyce, she would make her gowns so like fitted that some of them she would not even be able to sit in. And I love that look, that couture look where it's fitted completely to a T. However, I know for me, I'm going to want to dance around in frocktails. So I want it to be fitted and still give that style. However, I'm going to make sure that I give myself some room to be able to dance. But I love that mermaid style dress. So I'm going to show you guys some patterns that I have in mind to make the dress, and you guys can help me on my decision making. So today is May the 11th, and again, Frocktails is June 9th, so I have a little bit of time. However, I'm not trying to push it towards the end. So I'm going to show you guys these patterns, and then we'll talk about fabrics. So I have quite a few like formal made patterns in my stash. Now this first one, it is that kind of mermaid style. It is an older pattern, and I have it in the size envelope 4 through 12. So if I am going to use this, I'm going to have to go and get the bigger size envelope, but I've had it for so many years. This is Simplicity 8330. And again, that gold one, that is that look of that mermaid style. And I was like, I could definitely use this. The top is actually different, but I don't mind that. Like I said, I want that mermaid style, but it doesn't have to be exactly to the T. So I made some variations, but I do also have some other patterns that I'm considering that do have the strapless look to where it's more like a tube or sweetheart neckline. So the next one is a macaw's pattern. I actually have used this pattern, but I broke it up and did a top and a bottom instead of using it as a dress. But it has that option, obviously, because that's what the pattern is for. This is macaw's 6838. This is an older one as well. And so that purple and that green also is one. You guys, I'll probably insert the pictures inside the video too, because it seems like it's not focusing on them. But that is also a dress that I could use as an alternative. I did really love the fit of this. However, I broke it up, and so I used 2 different sizes. So I know that this would look really nice. However, I'm not sure if I want to go ahead and like grade in between the sizes. So I did select a few patterns that are 2-piece so that I can still get that same look of a dress. However, it'll be a skirt and a top. So top portion, I have this pattern. This is a Simplicity Simplicity 1183. I think this is an older pattern as well, but it's a bunch of different corsets, and it has that sweetheart neckline. And so I think that this would be really good too, as a 2-piece option. So if I wanted to do that mermaid skirt, and then I could do this, and I do love the mermaid style. It's really, really similar to the floral dress in my inspiration. And then for a skirt portion, I have this Simplicity pattern that have these mermaid skirts in here. This is 8597. And so view A is the one that I'm looking to make if I do a 2-piece version, because it does have that shape of that mermaid, and I can pair it with either that sweetheart pattern that I just shared here, or there's a Simplicity pattern that these two basically were together. They came together out at the same time, like around like for prom time for dresses. And so the top portion is 8598. And I could do view D, which is just like a tube top. It does have like a little V at the top if I wanted to do that, but I have that option as well. So for me, I'm really leaning towards the floral satin gown, which is a mermaid style. I absolutely love it. I actually did see a fabric at Joann's that's really similar. However, it's a charmeuse, a silk charmeuse. It has nice, like a little bit of give, but I've never sewn with silk charmeuse. So I'm gonna have to have you ladies who have sewn with that to let me know, how is it sewing with it? Do you think this type of floral gown with this structure would be good for that silk charmeuse? But it is really nice. The only thing that I'm worried about is that because of the dress in the form, it has like a princess seam, especially if I end up using the McCall's pattern, it will kind of be tricky on how I'm placing like the patterns of the florals, because I wouldn't want to have the florals getting chopped up in the seam. So that's the only thing that I'm worried about with that one. Whereas opposed with the blue dress, the blue brocade, I really wouldn't have that issue. So it really depends on my fabric, but I also know that brocade isn't as flexible. It's a bit more stiff, but this type of dress would probably look really nice and couture in a stiffer fabric so that it can stand up and have nice structure. So I am going to go to a fabric store in Evanston called Vogue. It's a Chicago north suburb. And I'm going to see what they have, but I have been to a couple more local fabric stores looking for some brocades, and I went to Joann's and I saw that floral. So I am going to go to that one more store, and then I'll go ahead and make my choice on fabric. So again, I will be bringing you guys with me on that process. So that'll probably be the next video in this series, trying to nail down my fabric choice. And then I'm gonna start on my like wearable muslin, my mock-ups of the dress, because definitely in this like fancier dress, I want to do a trial run, especially too if I end up using the dress one. I know for sure I'm going to have to grade between sizes from my top to my bottom, because I do usually need like a 18 to 20, possibly even 22, depending on the fabric of the bottom of the dress, but I'm more so a 16 at the top, maybe 18. So yeah, I hope you guys are interested in this process, in me getting ready for Chicago Frocktails. I'm so happy to bring you guys on the process with me, and please give me some suggestions for some fabric for these type of dresses. Again, I really love that silk charmeuse. I'll show it in the next video that I saw at Joann's, but I'm not sure if that type of gown would be good for it. So leave me suggestions on fabric and your experience with working with charmeuse. Also, if you are going to Chicago Frocktails, let me know down in the comments as well. I would love to know who I'm going to meet there, but I'm so excited about it. So excited to see all my sorors, and then even just people that I've never met that have been here watching my content. So excited to meet you guys. So yeah, if you are not subscribed and you love sewing content, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you here. Also click the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. So until next time, bye.